Galaxy 666 by Pel Toro. Session 43.
Welcome back to Galaxy 666, your faithful guide Tug here. It is Chapter 11, and there is all the reason in the world to celebrate. Not just because our cluster of clowns has been waylaid by the slug aliens. Not just because the aliens accomplished this feat due to the fact they lack the humans' propensity to stand around chatting endlessly, but are rather beings of action. But also because the reason our heroes are in their current situation, which stems from their inability to do anything at all, has not been lost on our heroes themselves. When Ishklar reflects that they had stood around talking like fools while the aliens had assembled their weapon, hope that our clan of clods has finally figured out the folly of their ceaseless prattling dawns like the summer sun. However, Ishklar's observation is tempered, if not outright contradicted, by his immediately preceding thought, yet what else could they have done in the circumstances? What else could they have done? What did they try to do? Nothing. What could have been done instead? Anything. They could have left the area, hid, fought, separated, evaded, attacked, negotiated, urinated, anything except simply stand and talk. But considering who the novel's creator and master is, we should expect pontification to be the modus operandi. Along those same lines, I greatly enjoyed the team's response to having a weapon pointed at them. More talk. And not just talk, they continued to rib each other in an almost Seinfeldian fashion with complete disregard for what is occurring around them. Thankfully, the aliens immobilized the humans. At least that shut them up for a while. Curiously, later in the chapter when the aliens pick up the bodies of the humans, despite the fact Ishklar's mind is still working, we know this as we are privy to his thoughts, there does not seem to be the exchange of information as we saw previously. Perhaps the aliens are in complete control of what they do and do not share with the humans, which begs the question, again, what did they let the humans know in the first place? And why? Pel works his not unsubstantial thesaurical skills in this chapter, spending most of it providing listing descriptions. Here he defines and redefines fragrance and light, both bright and muted, dragging out such words as effluvium, fulguration, coruscation, lambent, gegenschein, crepuscular, and umbrageous, and consuming almost a third of the chapter in the process. In fact, the chapter can be broken into rough thirds. The first, the team being zapped. The second, the list of synonyms. The third, Ishklar's inner thoughts, which don't vary much from his outer vocalizations. There is a short, almost post-scripted paragraph noting that the aliens take the fore into the alien ship, but it is so brief in comparison to the rest of the mostly irrelevant chapter, it is easily overlooked. One interesting point of Chapter 11 is the concept that the sound of the immobilizing weapon is so strong and palpable it can be smelled. This idea of sensory confusion is not, in fact, a product of science fiction. Often when those who score very high on memory tests are asked to explain how they accomplish such feats, they report that when they see numbers or letters of text, or hear them recited, they actually see them in color, a blurring of sight and hearing. Taste and smell also have a strong influence on memory and have been reported to be sensed as color as well. Scientists call this phenomenon synesthesia, and it occurs when perception of a stimulus, like a sound, activates a different subjective perception, such as smelling. As the aliens now have the upper hand, the future is smelling bright in
Galaxy 666.
Here ends Session 43.